Stephanie, you can hear me okay? Good. Okay, there we go. All right. So a bunch more people signed up. I'm not sure where everybody is, but I'm going to get going because it's time to get going. All right. So hi, everyone. And my watch is not cooperating now. Nope. Okay. I'm going to do it like this. Old school. Okay. So, of course, it's Sukkot this week. We're in the middle of Sukkot, which I don't know. I probably say this like every single holiday or every week about the parsha, like, oh, it's the perfect yoga one. It's the perfect yoga holiday. It's the perfect yoga parsha. Like every week, I'm sure I say the same thing, some more than others. But I do feel like Sukkot is particularly like lends itself to what we do in yoga, in our Jewish yoga or whatever yoga we're doing, because we go from Yom Kippur, which is all about the spirit, right? Like you don't wash, you don't eat. It's like nothing about the body. You're in your own little world, and you're not not that you're not connected to other people, but it's a very introspective, personal holiday kind of, right? Yom Kippur. And then we immediately emerge from that and we go into this holiday that is so physical. We have to physically build a structure and we have to physically come together in that structure, and we sleep outside and under the stars. I mean, maybe we do and maybe we don't, but at least we're supposed to, right? Sleep in our sukkahs and eat in our sukkot. And it's the pine cones dropping on the roof. Yeah, they're loud. This time of year always we've got the pine cones coming down. So we go from this very like spiritual to this very physical, and so our sort of gateway into our yoga practice is our bodies. It's like the very physical part of it. And when we're doing a holistic practice of yoga, of course it takes into consideration all the parts of ourselves, but we're on a yoga mat moving our bodies. That's what we're doing. And so it invites us to a deeper relationship with that, our physicality. And then there's all these rules, right? Because whatever, religions have rules, lots of rules, but there's these rules about how you build your sukkah. It's intentionally temporary, just like our bodies are temporary. It's intentionally, we have a lot of the rules about the directions, let's say, not rules, are about the roof, right? The shchak you're supposed to put on top there's all these descriptions of how it's supposed to be. We don't need to get into it, but the idea is that you can see the stars. You should be able to see the sky. And then there's all these teachings that because it's open like that Hashem's great, we are in closer in relationship in a way to Hashem because there's less dividing us. It can't be under any trees. It can't be under a roof. It has to be open to the sky, and you have to sort of be able to see the sky through it. And so there's this juxtaposition of the structure having to be strong enough to withstand the weather or whatever is happening outside where it is, and yet also open, and that's really a beautiful description of what we want from our bodies. I think often we prioritize, yoga is always a balance of these kind of opposing forces, of like gentleness and strength, openness and strength, vulnerability and I don't know what's the opposite of vulnerability. I don't know what's opposite of vulnerability. Anyway, but you get what I'm saying, like these sort of complementary, contrasting things. And I think that we tend to over prioritize. Hi, don't worry, it's fine. Glad you came. Don't ever worry about if you get here late, it's fine. Just come on in. I mean, don't do it every week, but if it's once in a while, no, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. We do have the chronic people who walk in every single time into the packed class and always got to get up and move. And I'm teasing you. No, don't feel terrible. I'm saying it literally because I'm like, just come. I have so many people who say it, like have said to me over the years, oh, I got there late. I didn't want to interrupt. Just walk in. It's okay. It's really fine. Like, it's really okay. It's okay. Anyway, we're talking about Sukkot, of course. So where was I? This balancing of vulnerability, of openness, and of strength. And I think that we tend to value strength more than vulnerability. Like we want to be strong rather than vulnerable. That feels more comfortable for many of us. I'm just going to venture to say it definitely does for me. And yet we know that when we allow ourselves to be vulnerable, it opens up these channels of intimacy between, in relationships. It opens us up to being more compassionate. It opens us up to even being less lonely in a way, because when we are willing to, when we're willing to be authentic with whatever is happening, whether that's, a vulnerable moment or not, then it allows us to connect to people in our lives more strongly. It's like if we go into that feeling of, whatever's going on and feeling vulnerable, and we're like, oh no, I need to pull back. I don't want to bother anyone. I don't want to, then we close ourselves off, And so allowing ourselves to be vulnerable with the people in our lives, it helps with, a connection in our relationships. What else? Oh, accountability. I like this as a byproduct of vulnerability, is accountability, in that we have to, then we own our feelings, we're in touch with, and we are okay with, hopefully, whatever's coming up, whatever's arising. Okay, so those are the thoughts, and we'll just play with that sort of play of vulnerability and strength, openness, and flexibility, and fortitude, and however, and finding the middle place between those. But I'm going to read you something. Our Rabbi Frischman, read this at on Yom Kippur, the Torah study, and it's just I've been sharing it all week, and I'm just going to share it because it's somewhat relevant, I think, and it's just a perfect thing. Okay, it's called "I am a vessel of love and light." I am a vessel of love and light, except when I haven't slept well, and then I'm really cranky. I'm a vessel of love and light, except when I've been fasting for over half an hour. I'm a vessel of love and light, except when people interrupt me. And then I think I'm a vessel of love and light, so shut the hell up. I'm a vessel of love and light, except when I'm on hold with Verizon. And then I want to smite Verizon. I am a vessel of love and light. But sometimes when I see another vessel of love and light, I get vessel envy. I am a vessel of love and light, except last Thursday night. Don't even ask. I'm a vessel of love and light, but sometimes I watch the news just because I'm in the mood to get pissed off. I am a vessel of love and light, except when I'm around my family, but I can be a vessel around your family. I am a vessel of love and light, except when I'm reading a poem and I look at everyone looking at me and I begin to wonder, do these people even like vessels of love and light? I am a vessel of love and light, except when I meet someone I like, but who I'm not sure likes me, and then I become a babbling idiot. I'm a vessel of love and light, but not always skillful at it. So sometimes the love comes out as ambivalence and the light comes out as a glare. I am a vessel of love and light, except when I'm insecure or hungry or feeling broken, or when I don't believe my needs will be met by being me. And I refuse to be vulnerable or even ask for my needs to get met, because I'm afraid that if I do, someone might destroy my vessel. So I pray, God, let me be your vessel of love and light. And when I'm not, may we both forgive me, for we both know how difficult it is to be a vessel and how scary it can be to let the light either in or out. And if I can remember that with every breath, then I can be your vessel of love and light. I know. So gorgeous. Beautiful. Perfect, right? My mom, I put it up on our Shri page, and my mom was like, oh my God, this was written for me. I'm like, yeah, you and everyone else on earth, Mom. Yes, love you, Mom, but you and everyone else, definitely. All right, but I think it speaks to Sukkot, like it's like that perfect, balance, whether we're talking about a sukkah or a vessel or our bodies or whatever, we're talking about the same thing. All right, so let's take a minute and breathe, and we'll get moving. So take a few breaths. Just take a moment to line yourself up so you're sitting well. And then start to just focus on the exhale, on the emptying out. So often when we breathe, we focus on the inhale. But the key to taking a deeper breath, a bigger breath, is emptying out first. So take a few breaths, just focusing on really releasing all your air, emptying out, perhaps even imagining like a sort of sukkah experience of breath where it's just open inside. The walls are pliable, they move with the wind. And so just as our bodies move with our breath. And then if you're comfortable doing so, just add a pause at the bottom of the breath. So you're holding your air out. You're just exhaling to the bottom, holding the air out. And then just release and let the air flow in. Love, light, compassion, whatever it is you want to fill your sukkah with. Let it flow in. And just like that, a few more times, breathing to the bottom of the breath. And then filling up. And take one more. Good. And then let the breath just return to a normal breath after your next inhale. Bring your hands onto your heart. And let's begin together. We begin with, we chant Hineni 3 times to start our practice. If you'd like to join, take a deep breath in. Let your head bow to your heart. Release your hands. Let your eyes open. All right, let's come to standing. Let's do some standing warm-ups. Wrong page. All right, so stand with your feet about hip distance, a little wider. If you want to turn to face the long edge of your mat, so you've got a little space side to side, you can do that. All right, and then we'll do some standing cat and cow. So bend your knees, let your hips poke back behind you, good. And then as you inhale, arch your back, looking up. And as you exhale, round your spine. And just like that, flowing with your breath, we're gonna move through all the directions of the spine. Your spine moves in 6 directions, just like the lulav. We wave the lulav in the sukkah in 6 directions. It's the same with our spines. We can wave our spines in 6 directions. So this is the first 2, arching and rounding. Do one more. Good. And then turn your hands around. Press your knees wide, maybe sit a little deeper. You can widen out your stance a little bit. Yeah, lend your knees right over your ankles, so go wider. That's it. And then dip your right shoulder down towards your left knee. Look up to the left. Press your right knee to the right. Inhale to center. Exhale, press your left knee left. Drop your left shoulder towards your right knee. Look up to the right. And then just like that, back and forth a few times. So we can move the spine side to side. So why do we move the spine and sit? Why do we wave the lulav in 6 directions? It's north, south, east, west, up, down. And one interpretation is that we are supposed to look around ourselves, see God's creation all around us, up, down, appreciate it. One more each side. Good. Inhale and come on up to stand and step your feet closer together. My watch is not cooperating with me today. And then, so that was 4 directions. And then the last 2 are twisting. So you can stay facing the direction you are. Inhale, take your arms up. Then exhale, twist to the right. Let your left arm go forward, your right arm go back behind you. Good. Inhale, come up. Exhale, twist to the other side. Let your hips go with you for these first couple. Yep. Inhale, come up. Turn the whole body so it's sort of twisting from your ankles. And inhale up. And second side. Good. Now this time come to center. Don't let your hips move. So you're not going to turn as much, but just turn in your upper body. Rotate around your spine. Yes, like that. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, other side. And one more just like that. This time keeping your hips level still. Don't let the hips turn with you. Inhale, arms up. And exhale. Good. Inhale, stretch up the whole body like the lulav, straight, tall, but also flexible. Exhale and release your arms. Good. Come face the front of your mat. Put your blocks, if you're using blocks, put blocks in front of you for your hands, for your forward bend if you need those. If you don't need them, you don't need to use blocks. All right, stand with your feet as parallel as possible. Spread out your toes, plant your feet on the ground. Make your legs steady and strong like the beams of the sukkah. Feel the bones inside your body and your muscles hugging in towards your bones, like that pliable structure around the skeleton. Make your muscles hug in towards that so the structure feels strong but not rigid. And then with your breath, inhale, sweep your arms up to the sky, stretch up tall. Exhale from your hips, hinge. Hands can land onto blocks or to the floor here. Then take your hands onto your shins, come halfway up. Lengthen your spine, thighs back, heart forward. Good. Exhale, fold in. Come back to that long spine. Look up and come on all the way up, pushing through your feet. Reach up and stretch up and slide your hands into your heart. Inhale, let your arms circle up just that much again. Exhale, float forward. Inhale, halfway, moving with the breath. Exhale, folding in. Breathe to the bottom of the breath. And then as you inhale, just fill up, lengthen your spine, rise up, reach up. Exhale, slide your hands to your heart. And now we'll build on. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, hinge forward. Inhale, halfway. Good. This time, bend your knees, plant your hands, walk yourself back, downward facing dog. Good. And then flow right through to plank. Come to the top of a push-up. If that feels really challenging, you can always just drop your knees down, be in a low plank. Lift your thighs in line with your shoulders. Pull your shoulder blades in towards your spine. Take your gaze slightly forward. Good. And then exhale, we're going to come all the way down onto the belly. So if you need to put your knees down first, you can do it like that or lower straight through a push-up. Good. Inhale, lengthen your spine, lengthen your legs back behind you, your spine forward, and curl up into your cobra any amount more. Draw your shoulders back, elbows in. Exhale and release. Find your way back to downward facing dog. Good. And then just take a moment in your dog pose to pedal out your feet, to, bend the knees, however you like to move in your dog, wherever there feels like you have tightness or tension in your body, just starting to bring movement, prana, energy to those places that need opening up. Maybe it's your heart. So we come to that awareness that our bodies, it's like that Leonard Cohen song. I think it's on the playlist somewhere, right? There's a crack in everything. That's how the light gets in. That's the idea with Sukkot. All right, stretch your legs and arms straight. Stretch full into your dog pose. Take your hips a little higher. Take your heels a little lower. Push your hands away from you. And just take one breath to hold the pose steady. And then make your way back to the front of the mat. Uttanasana. Fold. And then lengthen your spine to rise up with your breath. Exhale, slide your hands to your heart. All right, let's do some standing poses. So face the long edge now. Step your feet wide apart. Good. And if you can, get your heels as wide as your wrists. If you stretch your arms out, see if you can get your heels lined up as wide as your wrists. Good. And then just let the arms relax for a minute. Turn your right foot out. Pivot the right foot. That's it. And then as you bend your right knee, look at your knee. See that it's landing right over the ankle. And if it's not, maybe lengthen the back leg back a little bit more or just ease out of it so you're not putting pressure into that knee joint. Good. Press to the pinky side of your left foot. Make your left leg a little stronger. Back out of the right knee again and really feel like you're sort of shrink wrapping the muscles around your bones. And then maybe use that support to sit a little deeper into the front knee. Stretch your arms out. Tone the muscles in your arms. not in a way that feels rigid or fixed, right? Strong enough that if a wind blows, it's not going to blow you over, but that you can bend in the breeze. And we bend so that we don't break. Drop your back hand, take your front arm up, lean yourself back any amount, reverse warrior. You can lean your hand into your leg a little bit. So lean back towards your left leg. Also lean back towards the back of your body. So it feels like a little bit of a back bend. That's it. Inhale, come on up. Straighten out the right leg and turn your feet. Right foot turns in a little bit. Left foot turns out. Good. Just do a little check, distance check. So as you bend that knee, see that it lands right over the ankle and adjust if it's not. And then back out of the pose, back out of the left knee a little bit and tone the back leg. Make it really super strong. Press to the pinky side of the foot. Again, strong but not rigid. And from that strength now, ease into the front knee. Take your arms out to the sides. That's it. Tone the muscles in the arms, biceps, triceps, back of the arms. Stretch even to the fingers. Again, strong, not rigid. Drop your hand to your back leg. Lean back. Lean towards the back leg, but also towards the back of your body. Move your left shoulder back even a little bit, head back. And take one more breath right where you are. Good. Inhale, come on up. Straighten out that leg. Turn your feet forward. Okay, if you need a break, step your feet together for a moment. We're going to go back to the first side. So take your time, find your way to the first side again. And this time we're going to take it into a humble warrior. Okay, excuse me. Bend the knee over the ankle. This time, sweep your hands behind your back, lace your fingers together. Stretch your arms straight back behind you. And then roll your shoulders back a little more. And if you can, squeeze the heels of your hands in closer. So instead of making like a U shape, which is generally what the hands want to do, make it more like a V, or even bring the heels of the hands together if your shoulders allow for that. Good. Now, big breath in, lift up through your collarbones, your breastbone, and then exhale, lead with the heart in the pose and in everything. Come forward. Heart towards the right big toe. Arms towards the sky. And then once you sort of hit max stretch, let your head and your neck release, but stretch your arms up towards the sky. Bowing forward. That's it. Take a big breath into the back of your body, the back of your waistline, the back of your ribs. And then exhale, release your hands right where they are. So you're coming to warrior dog. So your hands are walking towards the upper left corner of your mat. Your knee is pressing towards the upper right. That's it. So you're not framing your front foot. Your hands are on a diagonal off to the side. You want to feel like your legs are in warrior and your upper body is in downward facing dog. Good. And then in that position, now push your hips back behind you. So take your hands over here, like way over here. Oh. Like that. And just keep bending into, it's just a little more of a hip opener. You feel that? Yeah. 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 Broaden out through your inner thighs. Broaden up pelvis around the sacrum. Okay, good. Now walk between your feet and parallel your feet. So you're now facing the long edge of your mat. That's it. You can grab your blocks if you need to. Fold to center. Good. So my tighter friends, you're going to tend to rock forward into your hands. My loosey-goosey friends are going to tend to shift back into your hips, but I want everybody balancing toes to heels, the weight toes to heels on your feet. So find that middle place. Okay, then keeping your legs strong, walk your hands to your right leg. Hold the outer right leg with both hands. Yep, that's it. You got it. And then pull with your hands, pulling your torso towards your right leg, but at the same time, pressing your left hip to the left. Yeah, yep. So if you can, hold your leg so that even if one hand needs to stay on the floor for balance, use the hand on the leg to pull your body over to the right. Yeah, hold on to your leg. Can you hold? Stretch this leg straight, hold. That's it. And then pull a little so that you're getting, yeah, so you're getting a nice stretch into the side body. Okay, come through center. Okay, good. Walk to the left leg. Good. Try to keep your hips level. That's it. Yep, yep. So right hip pressing to the right. You got it. Just like that. Right hip stays pressing to the right and you're leaning your torso to the left. So you're just getting a big stretch, big spacious stretch into the left side body. Yeah. Nice. Okay. Come back to center. We're going to come up to stand. You can bend your knees or heel toe in a little bit closer if your knees would be happier doing that, or just come on all the way up, reach up. Good. Fill your sukkah with breath, with energy. Get bigger from the inside, expansive from the inside. Good. Release your hands. And then we're going to take that whole thing to the left. Turn your left foot out. Humble warrior. So bend into your left knee. Again, land the knee right over the ankle. Switch the lace of your fingers behind your back. So other pinky finger on top. Right foot is turning in also. Stretch your arms back behind. And then hinge from your hip. Head towards the floor. Reach your arms up towards the sky. So much of what we do in yoga is we open up those vulnerable places, which, we get tight in places for, because of physical reasons, but we also get tight in places because of mental, emotional reasons, Our shoulders round when we want to protect our heart. Our pelvis is narrow and to protect those vulnerable organs. But here in yoga, we don't have to do that. Exhale, release your hands down to the floor. So we're in warrior dog now. So over up to the upper right corner, stretch that leg straight. Yes, like that. You got it. That's it. Yep. And the temptation is going to be to let your weight drop into your hands here, but keep your hips pulling back. It's almost like if I was standing behind you, I'd be pulling your hips back. At the same time, creep your arms out in front. Push your inner thighs wide, away from each other. Feel a spaciousness in your pelvis, and that releases your spine. Maybe you're getting a sense of that right now. Okay, walk your hands under your shoulders, walk in, and then walk to parallel feet, walk to center. That's it. Fold to center here. Again, balance toes to heels. Then extend your left arm out in front of you. Good. Thread your right arm underneath and catch the outer edge of your left leg. So not behind it, right in front. That's it. That's it. So left hand is out in front, right arm is reaching underneath. Good. Now, without moving your hips, press into your left hand, turn your belly, and look up under your left armpit or over the shoulder. That's it. Then you can stay here with a hand on the floor, or if you want to sweep your left arm up to the sky, you can take that arm up to the sky. Yeah. But lean back. You want your left arm straight so that you're rotating around. So you're holding this ankle here. Yep. Legs straight. And then both legs straight. Both legs straight. That's hard. Hard. Yeah. Come up a little higher. Yeah. There. Is that better? Yeah. Yeah. Come up a little higher. That's it. Okay, good. Exhale, release your twist. Nice. Good. That's it. Okay. Take a breath over to the other side when you're ready. So you can start, what hand stays on the floor? Right hand on the floor. Left arm goes under. Catch the outer shin, your right shin, and then twist to the right, looking under your armpit. Yeah, and you can come up higher on the leg, or you can bend your knees a little bit here. I like straight legs, but if the knees need to bend, it's fine. Okay, then twist. If you're gonna, take the arm up towards the sky. Hold your other leg, Phyllis. Reach. Yep. This way. It's okay. That's okay. That's it. There's the pose. That's it. You're doing it. Yeah. Perfect. Okay. Exhale, release, fold to center. Just take a moment here. Breathe. Notice what the inner voice has to say when the pose doesn't go exactly as you want it to be, or the teacher is saying something confusing. And again, forgiveness and compassion for yourself always first. And for your teacher, who's not doing a good job of explaining, maybe. Okay, inhale, come on up. And step your feet together. Good, and do a little march out. We've been wide for a long time. Okay, we're gonna do a hip stretch. So this one, if you wanna do it balancing, this, if it feels relatively easy for you to balance, you can do it balancing. If it feels like that's sort of precarious or you want the extra support, just do it facing a wall, hands on the wall. We're going to stand, come to a post or a wall, whatever you need to use. So bend your knees. Yeah, if you're using the wall, just face the wall, because I want you to get your hands. You're just off your mat. Sorry, you're not. Yes, that's not a good one to balance on. The big squishy mats are good for some things, but not for balancing. Okay, then right ankle over left knee. That's it. Good. And then flex your foot. Good. Poke your hips way back. And then looking forward slightly just to keep you steady. Bend your standing leg a little bit more. Take your forearms onto your shin. You can also go forearms in front of the shin. You can also go hands to the floor. I'm just giving options. We have a mixed group. Push your inner thighs back and wide. That's it. Steady your breath, even if your body is wobbly. Steady your breath. Steady your awareness. One more long, slow exhale to steady your nervous system, even as you're wobbling. Good. And then inhale, come on up. Nice, you guys, good. Pause, just land into your feet. And then over to the other side as you're ready. Poke your hips back. Weight to your left foot. Just really feel that foot on the floor. Get steady on that leg. And then what leg is going over? Left leg? Yeah. Left ankle on top. Okay, do the other one. Hopefully you remember what that is. Flex your foot. Whatever foot is crossed over. And then again, maybe make your way a little bit lower with your elbows. Maybe you can poke your hips back behind you a little bit more and create more of that broadening action in the pelvis. Press your knee towards the floor. Notice the tendency of the shoulders to sort of round forward and grip here. So just soften across the front of your heart. Open it up a little bit and take one more breath. Good. Inhale and come on up and uncross. All right, good. March it out. We're going to take tree pose now. So if you want to stay off the mat for balance, yep. Stand, we'll come to the right leg again and just have this sense of, one of the things that Sukkot does, it takes us out of our comfort zones, right? It takes us out of plumbing, it takes us out of heating, it takes us literally out into nature. And so but in a way that connects us into nature, and so much of our yoga practice is the same thing. So as we come into the tree pose, whether balancing is comfortable or uncomfortable for you, see if you can just even if you're wobbly, if you feel like you're falling over, just have that sense of a connection to nature as we embody the tree. Stand on your right leg. And then do that same thing where the leg feels strong, but not rigid, right? It should be able to move. You should feel that little wobbling in your foot and your ankle. And then your left heel can come up anywhere onto that right leg. And you can press your hands together. Good. Now hug your right hip in towards your left heel as you press your heel into your thigh. Stand steady and tall and breathe, even if it makes you fall over. Roll your shoulders back. Yes. One more breath, taking your arms towards the sky. Good. And then just embrace the wobbling. Yeah. Embrace the moving. Embrace the fact that you are strong enough to stay upright and yet flexible enough that you can flow and move in the pose. Nice, you guys. Exhale, release your hands and release your foot. Yes. Good. Get steady onto your left foot. Spread your toes. Get a cramp. Just needs to be moved. Got it. Yeah, sometimes that happens. All right, stand on the left leg, turn your right knee out, and then slide the right heel up. Anywhere. Oh, your watch loves to announce that. Hug your hip in. Hands together. That's it. And just find steadiness. Maybe that's in your body and in your breath and in your mind. Maybe it's just in your mind. Maybe it's just in your breath. Squeeze in towards the center line of the body. Stretch your arms to the sky for the last couple of breaths. Good. Strong enough to hold you here. Soft enough to just embrace the wobble and the shake. Good. Exhale and release that foot down. Nice, you guys. Okay. One more standing balancey thing if you want to stay by a wall. Actually, for this one's really more about the stretch. I just want to get you back down on the mat. I want you to get a good thigh stretch. So if you're feeling wobbly, just do it at a wall so you're getting a good thigh stretch. I'd rather you think about the thigh stretch than the balance for this one. We'll sit on the right leg first. So stand on your right leg, catch your left foot behind you. Good. And then hug your heel towards your butt until you feel a stretch in the hip flexor in the front of your thigh. Squeeze your legs in towards each other. Tone your belly and your pelvic floor here. Roll your shoulders back. That's it. Now, if you're getting a monster stretch where you are, you just stay right where you are. If you want to move your knee back without arching your back, so keep your belly strong. If you want to move your knee back to get a little more of a hip flexor stretch, you can do it that way. One more breath. Good. And then release that foot down and switch. Stand on the other leg. What's the other leg? The other leg. Right leg. Hug your left foot behind you. Make a heel to butt connection. Yep. Tone your belly and your pelvic floor. Then shoulders back, standing tall, heel to butt, knee back, any amount more. Find that sweet stretch. Good. And exhale and release. Good. Come back to your mat. Just step your feet a little wider and just do a little circling. And then we're going to come down onto our backs in a moment. Actually, I think what I want you to do first is take your mats to the wall. Bring your mats to the wall. Bring a couple of blankets. And let's go to the wall. Short edge of the mat to the wall. Short edge. Yeah. Okay. First thing we're going to do is a bridge pose. So come onto your back for preparing for bridge. So set your stuff to the side. Just come lay down. You can face towards the center of the room for this. That's fine. All right. Find your line up your heels underneath your knees. So not in so close that the knees are in front of the heels and not out so wide that your knees are above the ground. You want your heels, knees over heels. And then spread out your toes and really press your feet into the floor. See that your feet are hip distance apart. It's just going to make life a little easier. All right, bend up your elbows, make little T-Rex arms. And with your elbows bent, press your shoulders, just snuggle your shoulder blades together underneath you. Feel your chest, the heart space, lift and open as you do that. And really press the center of your head into the floor. Then, pressing to the inside edges of your feet, slowly lift your hips up. Feel how your knees want to splay apart. And see if you can keep your thighs parallel while toning your glutes and lifting your hips a little higher. You can stay here if that feels nice on the shoulders, or if you want to lace your fingers together underneath you, you can lace your fingers together underneath. Yep. Take another 2 deep breaths, just lifting your chest towards your chin, even as you're pressing your knees forward over your ankles. Yeah, nice, you guys. That's it. And then if your hands are laced, just release them and release your hips back down to the mat. Good. And rest. Let your arms rest, shoulders. Good. We're going to do another bridge. We're going to do the one-legged variation. So for this one, you might want to have your feet a little closer than hip distance apart. It might feel less wobbly that way. This is great for hip stability and just leg strength in general as we strengthen the structure of the vessel, the sukkah, whatever metaphor we're using today. Okay, so we're going to come up the same way. Bend your elbows, press them down, shoulders down, head down, big toe sides of the feet, especially down, and lift your hips. Snuggle the shoulders even a little closer together. Stay here or lace your fingers. If you're lacing your fingers, switch the interlace. Then pull your right knee into your chest and stretch your right leg to the sky. And imagine someone was pulling your foot up towards the ceiling. Push down into the left heel, reach the right foot towards the sky. Yeah, nice, you guys. That's it. And then exhale and release that foot down. If you need a break, take a break, or else pull your left knee in, left heel to the sky. Good. Push into your right foot. Lift your hips a little higher. Squeeze your legs towards each other. Strong, but also allowing for the wobbles, allowing for the openness, allowing for the expanse. Good. Drop that foot down and release your hands and release your hips. Good. Take your feet wide apart now. And just windshield wiper the legs a few times. Drop the knees to one side and then to the other. Just go side to side a few times. Okay. Next time the knees are over to the right, just let them rest there, over to the right side. Good. Try to work your left knee closer to the floor. It's not going to be on the floor, but it may be a little closer. And then if you want to take the stretch a little bit deeper, you can cross your right ankle on top of your left knee, using your right leg to anchor your left leg. Yeah, so Deborah, take your left leg behind. Yeah. Like that. Yeah, but this leg back here. So it's more of a hip stretch than a twist. where you're letting that hip release down. Is that too much? Your face is saying otherwise, maybe. Okay. All right. And then last breath, you can take your arms up overhead and just give a little tug on the left arm, stretching the left side body a little bit more. Good. And release your arms by your sides, uncross. And then knees up and drop over to the left. And just take a moment to just organize yourself here. Maybe heel toe the right foot a little farther out to the right so that the right knee comes a little closer to the floor. And then maybe cross your left ankle over. If that gives you any pain in your knee, skip that. You never want pain in your knees, really ever. Knees are not meant to stretch. All right, then last couple of breaths, arms up overhead. You can give a little tug on the right arm, creating a little more space into the right side body. Good. Uncross your legs. Inhale, bring your knees back up. Okay, roll to your side and come up. My thought for today was to work on shoulder stand, which I will put in the category of not for everyone, seriously, because if you have cervical spine issues, if you have a neck issue, if you have glaucoma, this is not your pose, and I can give you something else to do, okay? So if you have chronic headaches, sometimes this is not a great pose to do. But let me show you the setup, and we're gonna do it at the wall. You can stay because I'm going to show you something to do here that will be gentler on your back. Okay, so I need the mat for the stickiness. Here's the setup. Take your 2 blankets and put them like this. I'm showing on the video. So the setup is important. This is a pose where, you know, some studios are like, then we don't teach that pose. We don't allow that pose. I'm like, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Some people can do this pose and it's okay. So, but we got to do it right. And we got to do it with care. So here's how the blankets go. Now, this is how you're going to lay with your head here and your shoulders here. So watch me. And if you want to come closer to really see what's going on, feel free to come in closer. Sorry, I can't zoom in on the video, but hopefully you can see. So I'm scooting in close, right? Shoulders on, head off. This is super important for keeping the curve in your neck and making it shoulder stand and not neck stand. You really shouldn't feel this much in your neck at all. Bless you. You might feel a little stretch, but you really shouldn't if you get the blankets lined up. Okay, so then the same thing we just did in bridge. I'm pushing my elbows down and pushing my shoulders down, and then I'm going to lift my hips, walk up the wall, and take my hands to my back. So I've got a space between my chest and my chin. If it feels comfortable to take the hips away from the wall, this is comfortable for me, but you can also be at a sort of less, can be more weighted to your elbows than to your shoulders. And then you could go one leg up, you could go one at a time, you could go both up, or you could just stay right here because this is like 95% of the pose. If it feels better to just have your feet on the wall. And I'm going to show you another thing. So if you're not doing it, so that's the setup. If you're not doing it, here's the other option. You come to bridge. We've done lots of times. It's a modified version. You go hips on the block and you go legs up on the wall, just like that. And then it's just less pressure on the neck. Okay, I'm going to come around and help you get set up. Oh, that's good. No, Deborah, come down because you're off. You're good. Jill, you're good. You're off the blanket. So really, really important to keep your shoulders on the blanket. Shoulders on to keep the curve in your neck. You don't want to erase the curve in your cervical spine. Yeah, even a little. Yeah, there you go. Should feel more comfortable too. Okay, now hips up. There you go. Yep. There you go. Just like that. Yeah. It should feel a little more open in your neck. Yeah. Yeah. And we never want to erase that curve out of the cervical spine. Jill, feel okay? Good. That's it, Sarah. Yep. And then hands to your back. Yep. Snuggle your elbows in. You got it. And then you can keep your feet on the wall or you can go legs up. So Phyllis, you can move even closer. You could do it like this, or if you want to scoot closer to the wall and rest your feet on the wall, you can do it that way too. So we try to hold the pose for a few breaths. You can do the bridge, or if that's better situation for you. So move the block, hang on, move the block, move the block, move the block for a sec, move the block, lay down. And then lift up. Yeah. Yeah, it's just going to be gentler on your body. There you go. Yep, pelvis, yeah, there. Move it, scoot it down under your pelvis, not your back. There. That's good. That's good. All right. If you need to come down, you can just bring your feet back to the wall, lower your hips. If you want to stay for another few breaths, You've got the wall there for support. Stay as long as you like. Okay, maybe not as long as you like. Some people like to stay in this pose a really long time, but maybe a few more breaths. Good. And if you're at home and you've got any worry about doing this pose, just do that bridge version, right? If you're watching the video and you're like, I don't know, I'm not totally sure, just do the bridge with the block underneath and feet up on the wall. It's really the same pose. All right, let's make our way back down if we're not there already. So if your hips are on the block, slide out the block. That's it. Now don't come up. Stay on your back for a minute, just like you were upside down. So we just stay for a couple of breaths. Let the energy settle. So these are poses. These inverted poses are supposed to be very calming for the nervous system. When these are newer poses to you, they don't always feel so calming, right? There can be a lot of work, but eventually they're supposed to be a calming in the category of calming poses. All right. To come up, roll to your side. And then come all the way up to sit. That's it. Yep, you got it. And then move your blankets off to the side. Let's just stay where we are. We can just, instead of moving around. Yeah. We'll do a couple seated things. So if you want to sit up on a blanket or two blankets, feel free to do that. If you feel like we're going to sit with the legs extended out in front. Yeah. Yeah, if your back feels tight or your hamstrings feel tight, sitting up on a blanket is going to help with that. Okay, then reach under and just roll the flesh from underneath your sitting bones so that you feel like you're really sitting on the bones of your pelvis. Then bring your right knee into your chest. Hug it in nice and close. Lengthen up through your spine. If it feels uncomfortable on your belly, you can always step it off to the side a little bit. That works too. Okay, then you're going to hug your knee with your left elbow. Take your right hand behind you. Twist to your right. Breathe in and expand. Get taller. Breathe out and twist a little deeper. And just like that, working with your breath, extending your spine a little taller with the inhale, twisting a little more with the exhale. Couple more breaths. Empty out, empty out. Like the sukkah, the air moving freely inside. Good. And then on your next inhale, release your twist, face front. Okay, now take your right foot and just swing your right foot over to the right. So open it, yeah, like so you're in a wide position here. Keep the knee bent, just take still the knee bent. Yeah, but step your foot to the side. That's it. Then hold your right ankle with your left hand. You got it. Right arm up to the sky. Good. Ground your sit bones, press down through your hips, and then lean towards your right leg. Nope, your left leg, sorry. I'm not mirroring you guys. Good. And then reach towards your foot. Maybe you can find the foot, maybe not. Doesn't really matter. Press the knee out, the ankle that you're holding, press it into your hand. Turn your belly, look up underneath your right armpit. Good. Inhale. Bring yourself up. Now drop your knee to the mat, right where it is. Good. And then turn over your left leg. Frame the left leg with your hands. You're going to keep your hands a little forward. What we tend to move this arm back, and it's not that it's wrong, it just creates a crunching in the side body. So I'd rather you keep the hand a little more forward so there's a length there. Press into your fingertips and turn your belly a little bit towards your right arm. That's it. Then as you exhale, hinge forward, leaning over your leg. Your left hand's going to stay on the floor. Reach with your right hand and catch your outer left leg. Yep, it can be by the knee. If you can reach the foot, of course, hold the foot. It doesn't really matter where, just catch the leg. And then as you inhale, pull a little with your right hand, extending your spine. And as you breathe out, press into your left hand, twisting a little bit to the left and folding deeper. And then inhale, pull with your right hand, feel this a little extension in your spine. Breathe out, twist, pressing to your left hand. One more like that. Good. Inhale, slowly bring yourself back up. Good. And extend the right leg out. Bend your left knee in. We'll start that sequence in the twist. Good. So pull your knee in close. Again, it can be off to the side a little bit if that's more comfortable. Wrap your right arm around. Take your left hand behind you, twist left. You got it. You can always cross the outer arm to the outer knee if you're looking for a little more leverage, a deeper twist. You can do it that way too. I don't think I said it on the first side, but that's always an option. And then just work with the breath as you breathe in, like the walls of the sukkah bellowing outwards. As you breathe out, the breeze from outside pressing in, just compressing, contracting inwards. Just play with that pulsation of breath. Good. Inhale and face front. Okay, step your left foot over to the left. We'll keep the knee up for this next one. Hold your left ankle with your right hand. I know I'm not mirroring you because I turned. Take your left arm to the sky. Good. So you want the leg off to the side a little bit, so it's more of like a side bending pose. So step the left foot as far out to the left as you can, and then lean to the right, reaching for your right foot. Press your left knee wide. Yep, that's it. That's it. Right where you are. Breathing. On your next inhale, lift up. Drop the knee to the side. Frame your knee, right knee with your hands. Turn your belly over your leg. Yep, deep breath in. And then exhale and extend over the leg. Reach with your left hand and catch the outer right leg anywhere. It can be up by the knee. It can be your ankle. It can be your foot. And then work that little pulsation where as you breathe in, you pull with your left hand a little, the spine lengthens. As you breathe out, you press with your right hand and you gently turn the belly a little bit right. And just like that. Pull with the left hand on the inhale. Press with the right hand on the exhale. One more. Pull a little. Press a little. And then one breath just to hold steady right where you are. Slowly inhale and come on up. Good. Take the soles of your feet together now. Hold your ankles. Widen your knees apart. Hinge from your hips, folding between your legs. Let your head release towards your toes. Press your knees wide away from each other, down towards the floor. Just 2 more deep breaths. Imagining the outer confines of your being, your skin, your muscles just peeling open, soft enough that the whole body pulses with the breath, expanding, contracting, like the walls of your sukkah floating freely in the breeze, supported by the structure within. Inhale, slowly come on up. Good. Come to your backs for Shavasana. When we are working with the physical body, so with the focus on the physical, it's like we are focusing on our impermanence. That's literally what Shavasana is. Much of our fear of vulnerability stems from our fear of leaving the world, our fear of dying. Maybe we're aware of that, maybe we're not. This is literally what we do at every class. Shavasana is corpse pose. We lay down and we practice just giving it all up, letting go. All the outer trappings of being a human, of our thoughts, our bodies, even our emotions, our feelings, just allowing it all to melt away. And just diving our awareness deeper and deeper within, so that even as the finite body, our finite thoughts, our finite feelings, they will all pass from the world one day. We connect to that which is infinite within ourselves. Connect to that which is strong and ever present. And that gives us the strength to just open up and let go. Let your body just surrender to the earth, to your mat. And surrender your awareness to the infinite and ineffable spirit within. Ever so gently now, let your breath deepen. Your whole body expand with your inhale, contract with your exhale. Just begin to make some movements, allowing your body to wake back up and your awareness to rise back to the surface. Bend your knees, roll over to your side. And then slowly make your way back up to seated. During Sukkot, we embrace impermanence. We allow it to be part of our story, which is uncomfortable sometimes, right? We don't want to think of ourselves as impermanent. So sometimes we forget that that's part of our story. It's meant to be part of our story. We pretend that it's not, but it is. It always is. It allows us to move closer to nature, to move closer to Hashem's creation, and to remind ourselves that we are part of that creation. So may we continue to feel connected physically in a somatic way to God's creation, to earth, to air, to the stars. Feel ourselves as part of that. Bring your hands onto your heart. And let's end together with shalom. Take in a deep breath. Shalom. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day. You're welcome.